Welcome back, everybody, to the Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough. This is part 34, and man, I burned my tongue. Still hurts. Anyway, aside from that, that's not important. What is important is that we're about to be battling the 8th gym leader of the Johto region. That's right, it's Clair! Clair! She's going to use her full power on me. I really don't like where this is going. I mean, look at her cape. Her cape just says that I'm epic. Because, you know, pro people always wear capes everywhere they go. Like superheroes, you know? They think who they are. Anyway, so yes, this is the final gym leader of Johto. So, that being said, of course she is going to be the hardest one so far. She mentioned something about being able to hold her own against the Elite Four, which is troubling. But anyway, she's probably just saying that to scare us. And, speaking of scare, here's Gyarados. Well, I mean, Gyarados isn't really a dragon type. You know, that is funny, though. I remember in the first generation, Lance had a dragon, or Gyarados, and that, I believe that actually made a lot of people believe that Gyarados was half dragon type. I know that some people that I knew thought that, Gyarados was indeed half dragon type. Same with Charizard, you know, it looks like a dragon. If you know, if it looks like a dragon and it sounds like a dragon, it might as well just be a dragon. Who cares? Anyway, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of strategizing here. As you can see, I'm laying down some spikes for the rest of her Pokemon. She has 3 more aside from this. And, you know, you stack up the spikes, they do more damage. I believe if you lay down 3, that does 25% of their HP whenever they switch in. And speaking of switching in, we're switching into Tartard. Fancy Poliwhirl. Getting a Dragon Rage. You know, it actually is very convenient that Gyarados kept using Dragon Rage, and he's continually doing it. I really think that if he used something else, it would have done a lot more than 40 damage, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that combo again that I think I showed off in the last part. Setting up some Rain Dance. Then we're switching over to our good friend Citizen Zap. Citizen Zap is going to take out the trash. Yeah, I still haven't gotten a slogan. And I will get to those in just a second. And we got Static. Yeah. Hey, you know, doing less than 40 damage with that bite. So maybe it was a better idea for it to use Dragon Rage. Thunder. Nailing the 4 times weak 2 electric Gyarados plus Citizen Zap's stab with that 100 accuracy from Rain Dance. That equals an OHKO. That's what I'm going to call it from now on if ever I think of it again. You know, the acronym OHKO. One hit KO. OHKO. That's how we roll. Dragonair taking a little bit of damage. It doesn't really look like 25%. I could be very, very wrong about this. Oh, for God's sake. Of course it has to have Thunder Wave. You and your Thunder Wave are going down to Thunder! Regular Thunder, not any waves, and actual Thunder. That didn't do as much as I had. Oh! There we go. Interestingly enough, I really don't like the way that dragons are so resistant to a lot of things. Electricity included. Another Thunder nailing their Dragonair. I have to use Aqua Tail. And that's it for Dragonair. So Citizen Zap getting some massive EXP, but the rain unfortunately stopped, and that's troubling because she's about to switch in her most powerful Pokemon, Kingdra! I believe I mentioned Kingdra before when Horsey came out somewhere along the way, and I just said, wow, you know, Horsey evolves into one of the most badass Pokemon ever. Not Seadra, but Kingdra. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. Now, I super sped this part because, well, suffice it to say, her Kingdra gave me a lot of trouble, and it took me forever to deal with this thing. So, with that being said, that thing's spamming Hydro Pump, which I really don't much care for. There were a few things I was going to get to. The first thing, the most important thing, I think, is the team slogans. I did get quite a few of them. I loved a lot of them, but I'm still not ready to choose any winners just yet. Mostly the reason why is because, well, I still need some more slogans. Specifically, I need more slogans for Team UMAD, that's Gyarados, Team Bats and Video Games, Crobat, Team Tartard, Poliwhirl, Team Blah, Lantern, and Team Spikes 395, which is, of course, Skarmory. Alrighty. So, oh no. Of course it had to be a critical hit. I knew that that was going to happen eventually. I knew I just couldn't stall forever with Citizen Zap. Though, she did put up a good fight. And Citizen Zap, we love you. Oh, wow. Of course, Hyper Beam. Wow, that was, oh, come on. Come on. One sand attack. Or was that one or two? I can't remember. Makes my espionage miss twice in a row. You know, I just plain don't care for you, Kingdra, at all. And that's not, yeah, that's not going to end so well. That's 2 down. Not like where this is going. Big Fat Bug, it's time for a little bit of stalling. Use that fancy double team that you know so well. There was something else. Oh, yeah, people mentioned that I put the incorrect Pokeball behind Tartard. I ended up putting a netball instead of a heal ball. And, well, yeah, I fixed it. You know, there it is, a fancy heal ball. You can barely see it, but it's there. You know, it's the thought that counts. So, Big Fat Bug going to try to stall. Now, check this out. Okay, got him stalling. Gonna revive my Pokemon, heal him up, right? Kingdra is basically just spamming Sand Attack, aside from Hyper Beam, missing as well. And of course, eventually it has to catch up and hit him with a critical hit. Wow, are you kidding me? Wow, this is just ridiculous nonsense. Citizen Zap, I think it's time to show some of that Ampharos muscle that you have. Take him down with the discharge, because, well, Thunder, although it's better, is not as reliable. Oh, we're going to be charging. Oh, I see what I was doing there. Blam, double power discharge, making sure that I get it finished off so that Clair does not decide to heal it when it gets to lower HP, because I knew if I hit it with another discharge, it was going to be just low enough not to faint, and then Clair would have used a full restore, and I would have been super screwed. So, thinking about stuff. So she's down to her final Pokemon, a second Dragonair. Now, the first Dragonair had Aqua Tail. This one actually has a Fire-type attack. I cannot remember which one. Yeah, one Pokemon left. Yeah, that's actually where the real battle ends, you know, yeah. This is actually, like, when it gets down to the end here, and I believe Clair should pop up. Oh, no, not again. Clair should pop up in just a second. When it gets to this point in the game, or in the battle, I'm supposed to win. I already decided. Yeah, it pretty much starts showing more and more of Clair's cockiness, and, you know, it's just not an attractive feature of hers, I must say. Lava Plume, nailing Dragonair with its, well, the one that has the Fire-type attack, and burning it. Oh, of course. Yeah, that had to happen. And then that had to happen. You know, I'm just plain not liking where this is going. Clair. Oh, right. For a second there, I thought Fireball just got confused. I kind of got a little confused there. Anyways, so Fireball tanking those Dragon Pulses like a boss. Because, man, he is the boss, I'm telling you. Lava Plume. Going. Dragon Pulse, no. Oh my god, that was a little bit too close. Lava Plume nailing him again. Oh, wow. It couldn't have been a lucky crit, could it? Yeah, we're gonna have to heal up Fireball here with the only full restore that I have, because I figured, you know what? Fireball deserves it! He deserves it! And Fireball is most certainly going to take down this Dragonair, as long as Clair doesn't decide to heal it again. Come on. Yes! One more Lava Plume! And we are done! We're done with that Dragonair. We're done with the gym. And we are done with Clair! We are done! We've got the final badge! Yes, you lost! There is no mistake, I'm just better than you! Ha 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 ha! Now hand over that badge, Dragon Lady. Wait a minute, what's all this nonsense? You think I'm not ready? Wait a minute! Hey, now that's against the rules there. You're supposed to hand over the badge, lady. Don't you tell me that I'm lazy. You're the one being lazy, not giving me the badge. So, yeah. So instead of actually giving us the badge, Clair forces us to go on to a sort of side mission, which I just plain don't appreciate. I don't appreciate that at all, Clair. No. Yeah, I guess I pretty much have to. You know, I'm not going to get the badge any other way. So, aside from Clair being a stuck-up jerk, there was another thing that I felt like mentioning. When this is actually before I asked for the team slogans, but when I mentioned that Wrastlin and Blah were basically like their own little team, like their own little duo together. Pokemon Freak 387 came up with a little team name for them. He called them the Fighting Thunder Team. And I really liked that. I liked that, you know, there was definitely... I mean, it was a simple sort of name, but I really liked it. I like how, you know, it just seems like it works. The Fighting Thunder Team. And something similar to that. I'm loving this team concept. I'm loving how people are really showing pride for the teams and getting behind them. And in the meantime, I'm going to be taking out Blah, switching out Tartard, taking out Blah, teaching it Whirlpool because Whirlpool is going to be necessary for the upcoming Dragon's Den. And getting back to the Team Pride thing, I just wanted to randomly mention this. Chewy Chucky commented and said, Team Tartard got a thumbs up. Eat that, Team Red Ranger. Look at that. Chewy Chucky throwing down the gauntlet. He is shoving it right in the face of Team Red Ranger. Wow. It's getting nasty out there. Alright. So this is the Dragon's Den. The old man decides to let us enter. And, yeah, Dragon's Den ahead. Right. It couldn't just say Dragon's Den. I like that picture. I don't spot any Pokemon, though. I guess I wasn't looking too well. Or maybe there just wasn't one. Oh, how you doing? You want to congratulate me on beating Clair, don't you? Now, wait a minute. What are you yelling at me for? Uninvited? Well, see, here's the thing. I beat this lady in a battle. I don't know if you know her. Her name is Clair. Yeah, I kind of just beat her, so I'm not really uninvited. You know, she told me to come here. Payback, nailing him for serious damage. Oh, wow, I actually thought that was going to take him out in 2 hits. And, yeah, just decided to test the waters a little bit. Oh, God, what was that? You know, it just can't be my playthrough without having some sort of weird error or glitch or something happening. Anyway, so taking that one single Dragonair with veritable ease. Yeah, I'm using big words here. Alright, so let's get some fancy shoutouts while we are going to heal up Contra and start dousing. Ninguno65 says, my favorite Pokemon is Lucario. I love the whole concept of him, being able to talk, view auras, etc. Also, I freaking love the 8th movie because of Lucario. And when I check my PC and Pokemon Platinum, half of my fighting box is full of Riolus and Lucarios. I'm waiting to make a nasty plot Lucario in Generation 5 to rip everyone with Aura Sphere. Wow. Serious competitive battling going on there with Ninguno. I do like that, how people really get behind, like, their own, like, favorite Pokemon. And, like, there was somebody else that said, you know, one of the previous shoutouts, they said that they had a whole box full of Bunearys. That was just amazing. Gear Greatness says, my favorite Pokemon memory was that I was fighting Cynthia. We were both down to our last Pokemon. This was my second time trying the Elite Four, and it was Milotic versus Torterra. I ran out of moves, so the only thing that I could do was struggle, and I won barely. I was shocked and lulled at the same time. And so, my favorite Pokemon is Torterra. Now, I got a little bit confused here. Now, I knew that you needed Whirlpool to get through this. The problem is, for some reason, I just decided to surf over here and then just assume that I was able to go in. But no, I need to use Whirlpool. That was the whole point of teaching Blah Whirlpool, to use Whirlpool. Oh, now I get it. So anyway, there seems to be some sort of item in that rock, but I decided I might as well just battle this trainer first before getting to it. Keep the suspense up. Fei Long 4 says, my favorite Pokemon memory is when I used a Master Ball and an Electrode in Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, it kept self-destructing, so I got mad and threw a Master Ball. Which actually confuses me a little bit, because if it's self-destructed, how are you able to catch it again? Confusion. My favorite Pokemon is Dialga, of course. Dragon's one of my favorite types, plus Steel, my absolute favorite type, equals my favorite Pokemon, double exclamation point. Serious love of Dialga there. So, what was that? I think that was a couple oh, God, it just happened again. A couple of Horsies and a Seadra, making quick work of them with Blah and various others. Chuckle. Anyway. Alright, so we are having a little bit of a switcheroo, a changing of the guard. And what is that item? A Max Potion. Very, very useful. Now, I believe it was this girl that actually said that this place is like a sacred place for dragon trainers who are very serious about training to come to train their Pokemon. So it completely baffles me why there are 2 little girls in here. What? They are, no, you cannot consider 2 little girls to be serious Pokemon trainers, despite the fact that they have, admittedly, somewhat high-level Dratini. No. And Blind Citizen Zap, we got Team Thunderstorm, I guess. I don't know. Lightning and water and lightning. And leveling up. Alright. Oh, it did. Oh! Palai's ability actually came into use here. Wow. Dratini used Thunderbolt on Blah, and it gained HP because of Volt Absorb. Wow, I can't even talk. Alright, but I'm going to try my best. I swear, okay? Ouchies. Meanie. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot be considered serious Pokemon trainers if you're going to spout that sort of silly, childish nonsense. Get out of here with that junk. Alright. So we're going to be surfing away from these little girls and their creepiness. It reminds me of, what was that? The Shining? The 2 little girls at the end of the hall? Or was that a different movie? Or was that Poltergeist? You know, I cannot remember now. Anyway, so we're using Whirlpool. Okay, I like and I don't like the new animation for Whirlpool. I like it because it looks friggin' awesome. I don't like it because it doesn't permanently take away the Whirlpools, and you have to use them. You have to use it again and again to get around. Alright, so that girl, apparently, Claire, that girl, is apparently a handful, and this old guy knows it. Now, if you answer this guy's questions, it's very simple. If you answer them in a specific order, he will give you a very fancy, rare Pokemon. I'm just going to spoil it here. It's actually a Dratini with extreme speed. Now, what you're meant to do is you're supposed to answer them as number 1 supposed to be ally, number 2 supposed to be strategy, number 3 supposed to be anyone, number 4 is supposed to be love, and number 5 is supposed to be both. I didn't quite follow that. I just decided to just sort of answer them honestly, you know, and I was just hoping for the best. Anyway, so what is that funky music? Oh, apparently Claire gets her own theme song. Wow. You know, like she's not a big bratty jerk as it is, and that's some pretty big text. Man, Claire, you're just a little bit too important. Alrighty. Yeah, you better confer the Risingbadge. Otherwise Lance is gonna he's gonna hear about this, and man, let me tell you, there's gonna be many spankings delivered, and you may or may not like that. So that is it. We finally got the 8th badge. Legit. It is in our possession. Alrighty. So we can now use Waterfall outside of battle, and all Pokemon up to level 100, which is every Pokemon in the game, non-glitched of course, will obey me. Alright then, and Claire, man, she just hauled out of there. She just friggin', God, it's like she had a rocket-powered skateboard or something, man. She was gone. Alrighty then. So, now he informs me about Lugia and needing some sort of silver wing that I actually did get some time ago, but I'm not going to tell him, you know, I don't want to give him a heart attack or anything. But anyway, so I thought it was interesting because, well, in order to progress further, you actually have to go and battle / capture Lugia, whereas, like, in the 2nd generation, you didn't actually have to. You could have just moved on without doing anything about it. But here, you actually have to. And speaking of have to, we're using Typhlosion Fireball's Dig! Finally making use of Dig, amazingly digging through the water and getting out of the dragon's den. Oh, hey, it's Professor Elm. Oh, that crazy kook. What do you want? Alright, then, so he's finally gotten some sort of good news. Thank God. You know, last time he called, Team Rocket was taking over the radio tower. Now, I just randomly decided to call Mom because, well, I mean, you don't really have to, but I remember, like, you know, in Earthbound, and, you know, like, you have to call your mom every so often, but I don't know, I just figured, why the heck not? And there we go, proof positive. You see it with your own eyes. We have obtained all 8 badges. It only took 21 hours to do so. Man, we have gotten so far, and we've grown so much together in these 34 parts of this playthrough. Man, it's been one heck of a ride. Now, I kind of made a mistake. Basically, you know how at the end of every gym battle, the gym leader would hand out a TM to you. Well, since that wasn't the case with Claire, what you're actually meant to do was actually surf back out of the dragon's den, not actually use Dig to get out, because Claire will be waiting for you by the entrance, where she will give you the TM, I kind of messed up and decided to go through the entire gym all over again. And she's still there, so, you know, it all works out. You know, just whatever. It happened. Anyway, so she gave us Dragon Pulse, very powerful dragon-type attack. I do love in the second generation how she gave you Dragon Breath, and then she's like, that has nothing to do with my breath. Which sparked, as I've heard, sparked many a bad breath rumor / joke about Clair in the fandom. What was the other thing I was talking about? Oh yeah, you know, Lugia. Have to fight Lugia because, well, you know, you have to progress the storyline. Because if you're not, then, I mean, what the heck are you doing? Alright, so we're not switching out just yet. We're going straight over to the move deleter. And he's pretty forgetful, so I can see why he's good at his job. Alright, so we're going to be talking about Blah here. We're going to get rid of Whirlpool because it's not really a move that I wanted to keep forever. But at the same time, it's not a move that I wanted Tartard to learn. I wanted him to keep all of his moves. But that being said, I have more in store for Blah, I should say. So, yeah. Alright, so we're doing a little switcheroo. Just a little quick switcheroo. You know, not going too crazy or anything. Just switching back Tartard with Blah. Blah, you have been very, very helpful. Ridiculously helpful, I say. So Tartard is back. And, of course, change being shown on the bottom. I actually did change it for Blah because I actually was using Blah, legit. So, yeah. Okay, so that is it for this part of the Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough. Tartard, stop staring at the mountain. What is with all my Pokemon and wanting to hike up the mountain? We are not doing that, ever. Okay, you can keep dreaming, buddy. We're going straight down the mountain. In the next part of the Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough, join me in part 35. We'll be coming round the mountain when we come. Yeah, and it's sort of... I just made things awkward. You know, of course, I had to do that in the last 10 seconds. See you all next time.